consistently over the last 30 years, there's a track record of cross-border terrorism, which is evident, and Mumbai is one example.
It's about India as a democracy facing terror, and as a country that basically has been focused on its own economic development, on its growth story. Even Kashmir was a story of prosperity, of booming economy. I told the Americans we had more tourists in Kashmir last year than Aspen, Colorado receives. We had a 100% increase in the first 3 months of this year from the first 3 months of last year. This was what Kashmir was all about. There's prosperity around. Kashmiris are getting money in their pockets from Indian tourists coming. This is the kind of thing these terrorists are trying to target. So it is undermining the India growth story, undermining the Kashmiri economy, trying to promote alienation. This is about terrorism. It's not about religion. It's not about communal issues. It's not about bilateral India-Pakistan, historical antecedents, whatever. It's pure and simple about one set of people using terrorism as an instrument of state policy. And the world doesn't want it. The world doesn't accept it. The world doesn't think this is a technique anybody should be allowed to use. Which is why the Pakistanis have to go around now and say, oh, we are also victims of terrorism. They created, incubated, nurtured, financed, guided, and gave facilities and safe haven and land to these terrorists.
I think the reason that we have had an easier time, is because consistently over the last 30 years, there's a track record of cross-border terrorism, which is evident, and Mumbai is one example. But there's also a track record of export of terrorist infrastructure, especially software, across the world. And this nation has suffered that, and our first stop symbolically was 9/11. So when we make that argument today, there isn't that much of, lack of belief. There is a view that this is not just an India problem. We are here because India was terrorized, but indeed it's a global problem.